Good morning, everybody. Friday. And going to see Alfie. He would have spent his first night last night in his new room, in the new bit. It's a different building. Excuse me, I've just dropped something on the floor. So he would have spent his first night last night there. His his bird table for outside of his window, has been delivered. The home manager came up to me yesterday and she said, had a phone call for Alfie Parks to say his bird cage has been delivered, etc. And she said, no, I sort of had visions of you buying a big bird cage and a bird to put in it. I said, no, it's a table for outside. God, no, I know they can't have animals in the nursing home, but except therapy animals that do go in. So that's been delivered. Alfie will have spent his first night there. I had a good night's sleep and I am still half asleep, but I may go and treat myself to lunch today with my brother. Lunch and one, maybe two glasses of wine, and come home and relax again, and then we're all going to congregate over the weekend seeing Alfie as is normal. So that's our weekend plans. I don't know what you got in store for yours. I would like to know because I am a bit nosy, you know. I always used to hate my nose. And my mother used to give me a bit of a complex about it. And you know, sometimes you've got like a little mark there. And I used to go for sunray treatment and wear the goggles. And so there was a little mark. And I used to say, what's that mark on my nose? And she used to say, it's where your nose stopped growing and then started again. So I always had a bit of a complex. But now, I quite like my nose. I've sort of grown into my nose. Talking nonsense. Anyway, 3rd of May, we're coming into the summer months. So, a big question is, where is the baby of Prince Harry and his Duchess, Meghan? We were never given a date for the birth of this child, only told it was due in spring. The fluctuation of the size of the Duchess's stomach in one day alone, it went from being quite flat to slightly enlarged to enormous, like a balloon, in one day. One specific day I'm thinking of, when she was wearing, I think it was a purple dress and a red coat. And of course that's gone on and on. When they went to Morocco to visit the King of Morocco, and she was wearing that gown, that cream-coloured gown that really showed the size of her bump. But that's a couple of months ago. That frock alone cost over £100,000. £100,000. That's like 4 times the average UK salary for one frock. Or if you're in receipt of a pension, it is, I think the pension is about 6,000 a year, so that would be what, 16, 17 years of a pension for one frock. Can you tell that this sort of behaviour, it revolts me. I don't believe there's anybody on earth to whom another person should be bowing or curtsying. Nobody should be calling anybody else your highness. Does that mean your aloneness? I don't feel that I'm anybody's subject. I'm my own person and my family. Remember Ian Duncan Smith, the Tory MP, who was caught on tape talking about the stock, S-T-O-C-K, meaning humanity, meaning the nation, the ordinary working people, referring to us as stock. If you're religious or semi-religious, as I am, and you believe in a higher power, which I do, and all being born equal, which I do, and respect for everybody, which I also believe, then surely you're also a little bit repulsed by all of this brouhaha surrounding the royals now. Today, the Duchess of Cambridge, who I do like, I think she's quite a genuine person. She's been honoured today by the Queen, given some sort of damehood, which is the equivalent of being knighted for services to Her Majesty the Queen. Well, those services are surely only what she signed up for in the beginning, i.e. her job, going out, cutting ribbons, meeting and greeting, etc. Her job. I would never be expected to get, or never expect, to get more than my salary, maybe a bonus, but their bonus is the opulence in which they live. Going back to Prince Harry and his Duchess, I think the 10th of April was the 280th day of human gestation. So therefore we're coming up to 4 weeks over that period. We were told that we were going to be treated to the knowledge of when she goes into labour, the Duchess, but we would have to wait for pictures. Oprah Winfrey has stepped in saying she's glad that the Duchess is not going by 1,000-year tradition, and she's cocking a snook at the Queen and the monarchy. She's also cocking a snook at British taxpayers. We pay for these people to be in those positions. We expect something for our money. And we expect, yes, we do expect to be told when she's in labour, when the baby's born, and to have pictures, first pictures, not for those pictures to be sold to an American station, i.e. Ms. Oprah Winfrey. Harry's going to be doing a series on mental health with, wait for it, Oprah Winfrey. Oprah apparently never met the Duchess of Sussex, Meghan, until the day of their wedding, when she was invited to their wedding. And now she and everybody else are jumping on that gravy train, which is becoming more and more weighted down by celebrity. Decide, Harry and Meghan, whether you want to be in the camp of Hollywood celebs and the like of chat show hosts or Oprah Winfrey, or whether you want to have the little bit of aloofness and reserve of being a member of the royal family. You can't have both. And if you want the former, pack up and leave Britain, because your behaviour is not acceptable, it's not wanted, and it's certainly not in any realm of possibility. It's certainly not what we would accept from any member of the royal family, any of them. We, the British public, the British taxpayer, we employ you. We pay your wages. We pay for your numerous homes, your jet-set lifestyle. You are our servants, not vice versa. The fact remains there's a big question mark over whether the Duchess has used a surrogate. Nothing wrong with that. What is wrong with it is not acknowledging it and being honest about it. My opinion, I think possibly a surrogate has been used. I've followed it from day one, and there's lots of things that don't make sense to me. And if she isn't using a surrogate, why all the secrecy? She won't have the child in the hospital, in Lindo Wing, as all the other royals have done, like, well, certainly Kate and Diana did. She won't use the King's physicians to deliver the child. She's insisting on complete secrecy. Why? She, at 37, is what's known as it's what's known as a geriatric pregnancy, a first pregnancy at the age of 37. She's at risk. Why wouldn't she have those doctors who are the best in the country, Alan Farthing and the other fellow, his name escapes me, the Queen's gynecologists? Why wouldn't she use them? If they're good enough for the Queen and the future Queen consort, why are they not good enough for the Duchess of Sussex, i.e. Meghan Markle? All of these questions surrounding that pregnancy and whether she's using a surrogate have been brought about by herself. And there are serious questions to be asked. And those questions are going to follow any child that's born throughout his or her life. How sad that is, to have to suffer questionable parentage simply because their parents were too selfish to be open and overt and completely honest with the British public and with the world. I'd love to know your thoughts on whether it's a genuine pregnancy or whether it's not. Maybe royal bloodline. Maybe Harry has fertilised but someone else's eggs. She's 37 after all. She's been married twice, not once. Her first husband was a fellow called Joe Giuliano, who is now a criminal lawyer in LA, I believe, from a very wealthy Catholic family. She told them that she could not conceive, and because he was from this very wealthy Catholic family, that marriage was annulled. Therefore, it didn't exist, but actually it did exist. She was married to him. And then, of course, there was the marriage with Trevor Engelson. No child. Numerous live-in partners. No child. Within a couple of months of being married to Harry, she was pregnant. I leave it up to you. to make your own minds up, or to ask the question, as I'm asking the question, as many people are asking the question, is she or isn't she? An inquiring mind would really like to know. Thought for today, I do have one for you, because it's something I was thinking about yesterday. And the meditations I use, and one of them, and I do like the gentleman, I can't recall his name, Kenneth somebody, he in one of his meditations he says that what you want, the universe wants for you. I disagree with that, because what you want may not always be what is best for you. Many times in my life I have wanted something, not received it. Thank heavens that somebody, my guardian angel, was watching over me and pulled that particular mat out from under my feet. What you want isn't always what's best for you. And when you think about life, it's a very richly woven tapestry. It only takes one slight thread to start coming unravelled, and the whole tapestry can be pulled apart in an instant. So my thought for today would be careful what you wish for, and if you don't get it, maybe think to yourself, I wasn't meant to have it. What's for me will not go past me. And that's my thought for you for today. What's for you will not go past you. Have a wonderful Friday, everybody, and a wonderful weekend upcoming. God bless. Bye-bye.